I got everything ready, man. All right, Caleb, I'm ready when you are.
I'm ready when you are.
Give me a countdown.
3, 2, 1.
It is Wednesday. No, today is Tuesday. Wow. That's a great way to start an episode. Today is Tuesday.
Off the rip, man.
Off the rip.
Let's do this mulligan, man. Let's do it over.
Double take.
Double take.
Man,
Take two.
Take two. It is Tuesday evening. Ladies and gentlemen, another episode.
What's the date, man?
It's the date. Honestly, I don't know what date today is.
May 8th, man.
Today's the 8th. I lost track of dates, man.
What's going on with you, brother?
The problem is I have too many dates in May. I have dates in June. I got dates in August for battle. All these dates are flying through my head.
Oh, man.
I can't remember what date it is today, let alone my life outside of it.
Battle rap is out of control.
Yes, but
battle rap is out of control.
But we're here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to talk about a special announcement that just dropped this weekend. As we all heard on Saturday, Murda Mook is announced back to battle rap.
Welcome back.
Welcome
Mr.
back.
Murda.
Battling on the RBE platform. But his opponent was not released right away. It was leaked. There was rumors, little talks through the grapevines, but nothing official until today. Actually, yesterday.
That's right.
A Verb, and I quote, he says, August 18th, I take the crown of your king's head, bring it home to St. Louis, and throw it in the Mississippi River. A Verb versus Mook.
Dirty.
At ARP, thank you for the opportunity. This is my only first surprise. It's going to shock the culture. God said it's my turn.
Ooh. A Verb versus Murda Mook. August 18th, Club Drum, RBE. It is official.
I wonder if we get a little zoom out on that. But, yes, Murda Mook versus A Verb was announced. What was your initial thoughts?
Oh, man. All right. Well, before I give the initial thoughts, we got to go back into how this whole thing rolled out.
We're going to tell the story.
We have to,
Okay.
right? So on 420, we had Lawrence from RBE up here, right? And a great interview. Shout out to him. And towards the end of the interview, he goes, "Hey, man, we're going to have a surprise for you at the battle. If you're not surprised, I'll give you each $50, right?" So we're like, oh, snap. All right, this should be a good announcement. I didn't know what was going down. And then, it's getting closer to battle time.
Right.
You start hearing a little this, a little that, start trying to figure things out. And then all of a sudden, it gets leaked that Murda Mook is going to be battling, right? Now.
He dropped it 2 days before the event.
2 days before the event, right? So the 2-on-2 was canceled. J400 and Shotgun Suge was canceled versus J Murda and Show Off. They got a battle replaced. But then out of the blue, we hear, hey, Murda Mook is going to be there, is battling on RBE. Now, I got a text from my homeboy, and I was like, Raggy? Murda Mook's rattling? RBE? So I was like, what's going on here? Like, the whole battle world was in a frenzy. Is he battling on Saturday? Is he not battling on Saturday? Like, what's going on? And then RBE also put out on the thing, like, hey, be in the building to, witness history and hear some exclusive things. So, we were due to be in the building. We were in the building. And, we were kind of waiting to hear the exclusive news. No exclusive news came. Murda Mook was in the building. He gave some interviews and everything. So we didn't hear any exclusive news. It was just still Murda Mook is battling. Now, A Verb is battling Pat Stay at the end of Pat Stay's round.
You're slow walking me, man. You got to speed it up.
All right, my bad, brother. So, boom, Pat Stay's like, hey, man, I heard you got Mook. And then A Verb said, hey, man, Mook, I'm going to flip on you like a mattress. We go home, no announcement is made. Now, I'm saying all of this to say this. As far as handling how this battle announcement got rolled out, I thought it got fumbled. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was like, I think it could have been a better rollout. I think we could have been told exactly. I don't think we should have been told, hey, there's going to be a special announcement, and there was no special announcement. You know what I mean?
Oh, I get what you're saying.
see what
The
I'm
special
saying?
announcement should have been Mook.
Right. It should have, or yes, exactly. You know what I mean? And also with the whole ticketing thing. Now, we both got tickets early, but how are we to know, hey, if we go in now, we can then purchase these super early bird tickets for this Mook battle that you know is going to be sold out? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like some of that was mishandled, you know, but putting all of that business to the side, now you got Verb battling Pat Stay that night. Verb loses the battle. Now, I haven't seen it on pay-per-view yet, so I don't know what it looks like as far as it looks like on video.
It's probably going to cater him on video. It's more lyrical. So.
Yes, but I felt like it took some of the steam out, right? But however, my brother, this past today and yesterday, the battle world has been picking up. Battlers all over the place have been talking crazy.
They're angry.
They're angry. People are throwing shade. People are throwing salt, man. What you been thinking about all this, man?
As far as everybody upset at the opportunity, I was a little confused as to why Mook picked Verb, right? And that's not to say Verb's not deserving of the battle. There's a couple names I could put ahead of Mook that I'd rather see Verb against.
Like who?
Like Lux, like Head Ice. I'd rather see Verb handle that history before this Mook history. Well, there is history, but I'd rather see there's higher priority between Lux and Head Ice, from my opinion. And then I thought to Mook, I said, okay, the last 3 vegan Verb battles we've seen, B-Dot, Twerk, and Pat Stay, I thought he won 2 out of the 3. A lot of people have it debatable, but as a whole, consensus aren't content with the vegan Verb. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, Murda Mook got a legend, somebody in the modern era who's way past prime. This is going to be an easy cop-out for Mook, maybe.
But hold up. How do we know that Mook is the one that picked Verb?
I was just going to get to that.
Okay.
So then, that's my first initial reaction. Until it was announced by ARP and the staff and everybody else and Verb. RBE picked Verb for Mook.
So now how do you feel about the battle knowing that?
I feel like, well, a lot of things came out today in the air because Verb put it out there. He said, hey, we know you guys wanted me and Lux, but blame Lux because he didn't agree to certain negotiations. I know you guys wanted Mook and Surf, but blame Surf because Surf didn't agree to certain situations. And that lets us know that maybe RBE was trying to make the specific matches happen. Surf said they contacted him.
That's right. And what did he say? He said that the bag would have been too much. It would have broke the bank over there. So some people take it as Surf throwing hate. Some people take it as him.
RBE puts on RBE takes their time with every single match. Like they put together a good style matchup that some people may not like on paper, like but it comes out great. Or they take the time to take 2 heavy names that haven't collided yet for whatever reason, and put them in the proper position to give us a solid performance. Like all their battles are for the culture.
Yep, they've been doing that since Rosenberg and Shotgun.
Yeah, they've been doing that for a long time. So I think when they picked Verb, they said, okay, Verb also has history here, and it all makes sense. And now, at first, obviously, I thought to myself, Verb and Mook, I want to see Mook and Surf.
Right.
I'd rather see Mook and Hollow. I'd rather see Verb and Lux, rather see Verb and Nice. But then I stopped for a second. I said, okay, and let me ask you this question. Name me 3 names that everybody wants to see against Mook.
They want to see Surf
that's
against
one.
Mook. They want to see Cal against Mook.
Calico?
Yeah. They want to see Hollow against Mook.
I've heard Hollow and heard Surf. I didn't hear Calico much.
You haven't heard Cal?
I heard Math a lot more than Calico.
You can swap either one. Remember when he was telling that story in Lucky's?
Right,
and then
right.
Cal
right,
and then
right,
Mook
right.
popped out on that stage.
Right.
Ever since then, it's been a little. And plus, you know, he got to get the retribution, man. After that Harlem spanking, man, he's down for it. You know what I mean?
I hear a lot more Math than that.
That one comes and goes. After Saturday, I was a lot more excited to see that battle. You know what I mean?
So look at the names we have so far. Math, Hollow, Surf. I'm going to throw some more names there. We're entertaining the battle with Mook and got very close to it. Arsenal, who had 70 grand.
Right.
Arsenal had 70 grand for Mook.
Allegedly.
Yeah, thank you for that. Quotations.
Right.
Arsenal had 70 grand for Mook, quote. John the Don eventually got his name somewhere thrown in there as well.
How he always gets in the mix, man.
Yeah, no, but like literally in the conversation of let's set this up.
Right.
Now, all those names, Verb is beating all those names.
The who?
Verb is beating all those names.
Yeah.
Let that sink in. So all the matches that we rather see, Verb is beating those guys. And now, Mook's logic. it's not about entertainment for Mook. It's about the win. It's about the kill.
Mm-hmm.
So Mook says, okay, all the guys that you want to see me against, Verb is beating
He's
him.
already beating them.
So why shouldn't I see Verb?
Now that's logic for that ass, isn't it?
Yeah.
But in battle rap, logic don't always work out that way.
it don't, unfortunately. Like for example, like John just beat Rum Nitty. So
Yeah.
John should be in the talks against Surf.
But
we're probably gonna see Rum Nitty and Surf.
right. So how does that work? You know what I mean?
Since there's no official wins or losses here, we would always rather go with entertaining and the best style matchup versus the quote unquote winner.
Right.
Now, here's a flip side to the quote-unquote winner situation, right? Verb has beaten all those guys, some clearer than most, right? But when it comes to actual record, like battles that like are actually judged, money's on the line, there's a status behind it, Verb has lost them all.
Every single one of them. And I don't know if RBE is going to continue this judged battle for money, but if it does continue, how does it suit for Verb, man?
If you noticed, he said, like, after the past day battle, he didn't care to win in the building. And now we know why.
Right. Yo, all right. Going back to this Pat Stay battle.
Right.
And going back to seeing, do you think it was smart of them to have a Verb battle Pat Stay that night for the money, knowing that he could potentially lose this and our rollout will take a little bit of a hit on it? Do you think that was a smart move for Verb to take that? To take that battle then and there?
And I would love to know when the Mook conversation came in and they got locked in. That's what I would love to know, the timeline of that.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Because, see, the thing is about these matches, they get announced, and we think it's like, probably locked in a couple weeks, a month prior, but some matches go way far back.
Yeah.
Shotgun Sugar and Glue Easy was booked since Volume 1.
That's right.
For example. So, like, we'll see Glue having a battle here, and like, 2-3 months later, we're gonna see him battle again.
That's right.
That's not the case. He's been booked for 6 months.
That's right.
So I would love to know the time period of that before making any reservations as to how I feel. But what I do think is Verb losing to Pat Stay in that moment definitely kind of hurt a lot of people's like, I don't want to see Verb.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man, because when we were in the building and ARP let them tickets go, I was like, man, I gotta witness this history. It doesn't matter who he's battling. Boom, cop the tickets immediately, right?
Right.
Now, the second that we found out that it's gonna be Verb when Pat Stay let it go, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. My heart kind of sunk a little bit. You know what I mean? Like in that exact second, I was like, "Yo, come on, man! After this, after this performance, you're gonna announce this. Like, I'm not that excited right now. You know what I mean?"
See,
but
yeah,
stepping back away from that, I can say this. I know that Verb understands the magnitude of this battle. And this is a battle unlike any other battle he has taken.
Right.
If there's ever a time that he could reach deep down into that old bag of his, put all the tricks together, even if it's for one last hoorah, I think we are going to get the finest A-Verb that we have ever seen. I think he realizes if he comes out and shits the bed in this battle and gets 3-0'd in convincing fashion by Murda Mook,
right,
I think his claim to Mount Rushmore's, I think his claim of super god tier elite status is going to take a big bruise because you are getting one of the gods of this thing. One of the solidified gods of this thing.
Right.
Not too many people get a shot at this guy. And you got a shot. And everyone's hating on you and waiting to see you fall flat on your face.
Right.
So I think Verb is going to reach down and give us one hell of a performance, my brother.
So there's a lot of topics to talk about. First, you got to say to yourself, what does Verb gain if he wins? What does he lose if he gets 30?
Start it off, my brother.
All right, if he wins this battle, for one, whoever wins this battle, his price is going up. That's for both of them. The price is going up. Second, we'll finally see, some blood out of Murda Mook's mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like we've seen him win in these convincing fashions. In 10 years, 3 battles, but his biggest argument in those 10 years,
he hasn't lost a damn round.
He's 11-0 in rounds, and I will say while that is impressive, it's only the data for it and the time span is what makes it questionable. You know, but the names that were beaten amongst it as well, at least Iron and Lux, even though they were dirty wins, ugly wins, however you want to call it, he beat them.
Right, and it's against all-time greats also.
Yeah, they're against all time. But the problem is they weren't against nobody from this era.
Right, and now he's getting someone from this era. So if he gets a chance, so if he does do this, it's like, what can you say about this
So if
guy?
Verb beats him, that's going to instantly put the argument out that Mook cannot hang with the era.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's the first argument that's going to go out the window. Open the door to that.
Yeah.
Mook cannot battle with the guys from this era. You know. And what else if Verb wins? If he wins, obviously, that makes the Loaded Lux.
That battle, if he wins and he looks good winning,
yeah,
that Lux, forget JC.
See, but at this point,
we're not talking about him no
that's
more.
The thing. That's the thing at this
Verb
point.
leapfrogs everyone to the front of that Loaded Lux train.
Right.
And if he, not for nothing, my wheels have been turning. Something's been telling me that Adam Rodney Perry,
It's like full government.
he put it out there. So
ARP.
That ARP, I think he's got his wrist turning in that pot, and I think he's working some magic. If this Verb and Mook goes really, really well, you know who's in the background. You know who's been seen, spotted, talking to RBE? Beloved. So I think he's setting up a nice little power play right here. If this Verb and Mook goes down well, we can expect to see Verb and Lux going down also. So Verb has another big bag battle with another all-time God-tier great on the table riding on this thing too. You know what I mean? So it's super important, man. If he wins, you could basically say he's gonna get Lux next.
Yeah.
And he's been wanting that guy, and he got chastised on a Harlem sidewalk trying to get that battle.
Fun fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Check us out. Fun fact. And I want to shout out one of my guys in media, Young Sir,
Talk
on
to
Twitter. He pointed this out. I want to give him credit for
H-Town, baby.
Yeah, I want to give him credit for this fun fact. No one on camera has battled both Murda Mook and Loaded Lux.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dirty could be the first?
I mean, wait, let's not jump the gun.
I'm saying if he has.
Yeah.
We're talking about if he wins, what he can get from this. If he wins, it's inevitable that he's going to get Lux,
two
right?
wins. There's 2 wins. There's a 30, and then there's so many things to talk about. What if it's a 3-0 Verb? What if it's a classic? What if it's a dirty win where?
Oh, they like the win against Serve?
See, we as a whole, no matter who it is, Verb or Mook, we cannot afford another ugly win on this.
Yo, word to the mother. We cannot get a dirty-ass battle. I'll tell you that much, man. If we get that.
I'm sure this battle costs too much for it to not be.
It costs too much for it, man.
Right.
And so now, let's flip the table. If Murda Mook wins, what does he gain from this?
If he wins, like I said earlier, whoever wins this battle, the price is going up. That's one. But unfortunately, I think if Mook wins this, then, we actually might not see Mook and Surf. I feel like we might not, at least not on URL.
Bring it back. Let's do the Verb. Bring it back.
Right.
Well, let's not talk about what's not going to happen. If Mook does win, and he wins convincingly and spanks Verb, right? Or if it's a classic or whatever.
Let's focus on what will happen.
Yes, what will happen for Mook if he does win, whatever, 3-0, classic, ugly. Break down the scenarios for me.
I think all right, if he 3-0's Verb, 30's Verb, which historically is in his favor. Historically, it's in his favor. If he 30's Verb, boom, Mook can say all he want. Mook can say, you guys want to put all these names against me, but I 30'd the guy that 30'd all those names you want to throw against me. Which is true. The list goes on, actually. I had a list here.
Break it out.
There's a whole list of people that have, at one point in time, called out Mook beyond the names we mentioned. Hollow, Math, Hitman, Disaster, Arsenal, Cortez, Sway Sever at one point. Danny Myers, Thesaurus, John. Verb is beating all of these guys, bro.
All of these guys.
Every single one of them. He beat Hollow, clear. He beat Math, debatable, but I had him beating Math.
No, I had him winning too.
He beat Verb. He beat Hitman.
Yeah.
He beat Hitman. All-time great battle. He beat Disaster, clearly. Beat Arsenal, clearly. Body Cortez. No offense to Cortez. Took advantage and body Sway Sever out in Chicago.
Yeah.
Beat Danny Myers in a good battle.
So this shouldn't
beat a choking Thesaurus.
This shouldn't even be a discussion.
So everybody that was on Mook's hit list, lost to this guy. So if Mook 30s him, Mook can say, I'm the greatest.
If Mook 30s him, you think Mook just says, hey, man, I'm good. I don't really need to see none of y'all cats anymore? You think he just walks away?
He'll come back for the right price.
For the bag.
For the bag, but the bag is going to go up.
It has to go up. Because every time he steps out, he's the one that's taking a risk. There's no risk for the other guys that want to battle him. Because if you lose to Mook, you're supposed to lose to Mook. You know what I mean?
Verb's in an interesting situation because
people hate him.
People hate him in New York already. He's known to lose judge battles.
Yeah.
Historically, he does not failware against Harlem.
Right.
So if Verb loses, it's just going to be another, like, hey, there it goes. Exit out. You lost to Rex. You lost to Shine.
Right. And then for Mook, it's like he's battling someone who all in all has less recognition than him. So you see what I'm saying? So it's like every time he steps out, he has to work a lot harder at this thing to get something from it. You know what I mean? So it's like he beats him. Who does he look forward to? Unless he's just going on a spank tour. You know what I'm saying? like
right.
Mook Madness is in effect. I'm going on a spank tour. I'm going to spank 4 dudes and get the hell up out of here and bow out forever and say, hey, guess what? You can say what you want in the old era. I came back. No one beat me. However I won. I'm gone. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And I think Murda Mook and Adam Rodney Perry is setting up a play for us, my brother. Because, you know, Mook is a Harlem fella. And as you know, these Harlem fellas, man, they know how to get to that bag. They all hustlers and fast-talking mofos that'll spin your head into a tizzy. You feel me?
Right.
My brother, I'm pontificating that these guys, this is not the only announcement that they're going to make.
As far as Mook or on the card?
Well, no, the card is going to be crazy no matter what.
Right.
You can't have Mook on the card and have a subpar card.
No, he said it himself. He said what you thought. We just got a bunch of...
And, you know, later on, we're going to get to some proposed battles that people have been throwing out that could go down on this card also.
Right.
All speculation, but we'll talk about those and talk about how crazy that could make the card look.
Right.
But I think these guys are setting up a multiple battle deal. With Mook.
Okay.
I don't see Mook coming back for just one battle and saying, whatever, I'll take 40 to
I feel like
65 grand for one battle.
From what it sounded like, the negotiation for this was much more simple than...
Yeah, he said it took 5 days.
Yeah.
He said basically he got in contact. They said, hey, this is what we need to feel comfortable. Okay, that's what y'all need. This is what we're doing. And it took 5 days. And I think ARP and RBE are really saying, okay, listen, man, we putting on our big boy pants and we stepping out here and we're really making a claim. You know, you guys want to say RBE can't bang with the big boys, can't hang with the big boys. We going to get the biggest of the big boy. And I think to make it make sense, and I think Mook, he likes to do things that no battle rapper has done before. And no battle rapper can claim to say, besides Cassidy, who's 3,001 and 1 because he lost to Queen's Flip, right? Shout out my man Queen's Flip. No battle rapper, besides from Cassidy, can say, yo, I could flip the 6-figure check. One check off battle rap. You feel me? So
well, we don't know if Mook is getting that.
Right. I'm thinking if he's gonna do something and do something in this world, it's gotta be groundbreaking. Right? This is all my inner conspiracy from the Vlad files, right?
Right.
I'm thinking they set up a 3 to 4 battle deal and they broke that 6-figure bank right there. And you're gonna see Mook bang out again, and again, bringing all that fanfare, all that acclaim, and all that heat over to RBE. And we're going to see RBE make a stake to really step out there and say, hey, we've been a force to be reckoned with, but now we can make anything happen. All right? Y'all going to respect us the same way you respect everyone else out there. You know what I mean? I think that's what's happening there, man. I think Mook and them are setting that up. So I think Mook has a lot to deliver. And if he does win, like you said, man, he controls the game at this point. He can then pick and choose and say, this is who I want. Bring his ass over here. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're going to. And it's not like he couldn't anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean? But, so let's flip this. If he loses now, how bad does this affect him? You know what I mean? Like, what are we looking at if he takes an L from a Verb? You can't even think. Look at your face, dog. You can't even process that.
I can't even process it because it's like I feel like this is Mook is in the best position to win.
Yeah.
And you know there was a bunch of polls out.
Uh-huh.
All the polls are pretty split. That shot.
Nah. I'm just messing with you, dog. Come on, man. Come on.
All
baby.
the polls were split down the middle. A lot of them were like 51-49, 52-48.
Yeah.
And I was kind of shocked by that because I definitely think Mook is a high favorite.
He has all the advantages here.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I mean, he's in New York.
Yeah. All right, that's already against Verb, but that's already a big thing.
Money on the line, probably, most likely. Judged battle. You know what I mean? It's gonna be 100 Dot Mob members in there.
Right.
The temperature is gonna be 1,000 degrees in there.
Right.
And Mook is gonna be, it's gonna be ill, man. The more I think about it now, I'm not gonna lie. When it was announced, like I said, my heart kind of sunk a little bit.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it kind of got leaked right when Verb lost.
Yeah,
Pat Stay leaked it.
Yeah,
Verb spit his round.
Man.
A couple minutes later,
That
Verb
was dirty, man.
Verb was announced the loser. So like we watching somebody lose, then get Mook. We're like, yo, losing is the thing in battle rap. You lose, you get the.
Man. Daylight said it, man. The loser doesn't have to jump. You feel me?
Right.
The loser does not have to jump, man.
Right. But to answer the question, if Mook does lose this battle, we're always going to respect his history.
Mm-hmm.
His legacy is definitely going to have still high regards for a lot of us.
Yeah.
And depending on the fashion, if he loses, like if he loses clearly, 30, bad,
yeah,
then I think he might, which is hard to me. It's hard to imagine. He might be humble enough to actually give Verb his props. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to change the landscape of a lot of things because that's going to open the window of everybody realizing Mook wasn't capable of competing with our class. You know, let me read this thing. I have a whole bunch of stuff from Twitter, man.
Go for it, my brother.
Everybody on Twitter was talking crazy today.
Go for it.
Mook. Verb says about Mook. He says, comparing the resumes, Mook, Young Hot, Iron, Lux. Verb goes, Hitman, Hollow, Good, Swave, Surf, Pat Stay, John, Danny, Daylight, Charlie Clips, Rex, Shine, Surf, Arsenal, Red, Briz, Twerk, B-Dot, Ilmac, Thesaurus, Disaster, Caustic, Big K, X Factor. He goes, that's just to name a few.
Yo, man.
So that lets you know, like at that moment, you're going to sit back and say to yourself, damn, you know what? We need to stop discrediting Verb's legacy. Like he's 50 battles in, 10 years in. Yeah, he has a lot of bad losses. He's gotten bodied a few times. He's choked, but he's won a lot of the matches where it needed to count, and he beat the biggest guy of them all. You know, because now let's revert back to some history, right? Just take everybody all the way back to that good old faithful night.
Go for it.
February 28th, 2009, when the Lions then had booked Head Ice versus A-Verb, Arsenal versus Remedy, Young L versus Goods. Venue shuts down. Battle doesn't happen. Everybody's outside scrambling, and Murda Mook's kind of facilitating the situation. He's realizing that you have a lot of guys from St. Louis that came out here to battle, and he says to himself, yo, we cannot let these guys not get off, you know, just because, like, business was fucked up on our end.
Was like, he's trying to get anybody to rap. He felt bad for them dudes, man.
He really felt bad, and I'm not going to lie, like, Mook definitely gave Verb the biggest look of his life.
Yeah.
Verb then took it and went off.
Right, he took that opportunity.
He took that opportunity and went all the way off. You know, I can tell, you know, at the time, these guys probably weren't getting paid. They're coming out of pocket. And this is just them chasing dreams because we don't have no clue what battle rap could be at this moment in time.
It was still raw. There was no bread in it.
Still a street
These guys
art.
weren't battling for money.
Right.
They were battling for free out there, man. They weren't even battling for money. They came out to New York on their own dime in the freezing cold.
Right.
No bread to be made just to make a name for themselves. And Mook is like, yo, and Mook respected the fact that these dudes were hungry enough to still stick around at 3 in the damn morning just to rap.
It was
you know what I
late.
mean?
It was really late.
And he's like, yo, we have to make something happen. Verb, he spit those infamous Guardian Angels lines at SB.
Now you got to sit back and think to yourself, right?
Undeniable TV.
This is interesting about Verb.
Yeah.
He had a vision to battle Head Ice,
and
he was chasing Charlie Clips after that.
Yeah.
Two big Harlem names.
Right.
And his next battle after his SB battle was of Hollow out in St. Louis. And we remember how crazy those rounds were from Verb. You got to sit back and think to yourself, those rounds that Verb spit in those two battles were catered to Head Ice, or the clips. How different would the landscape of Verb's career have been had he battled who he was supposed to battle that night with those rounds and had won? Because as much as I am a Headites fan,
yeah,
and I think for the most part, New York, the majority of New York would have won that night. But hearing Verb's rounds, I don't think Headites had anything for that.
Yo, those rounds would have smoked anybody that night, man.
Yeah.
And the passion that he spit them joints with, man, like shit would have been crazy.
It's probably the last historical street battle.
Yeah. Yo, I never thought of it like that.
Verb versus SB, which was facilitated and organized by Mook, was the last historic street battle.
Son, I never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
And for many people, their first historic street battle is Mook. For many people, not everyone. We know that a lot of people go back to the J Mills battles, but what got so many people into it, Murda Mook versus J Mills.
Right.
So you get one of the super early, landmark, stamped, most influential street battles, one of the first early ones, and now you got Verb with the last influential street battle ever, and now you got these two dudes in the ring together. That is crazy. Never thought about it like that, yo.
And it was interesting because, like, you know, a lot of the guys that night out in Harlem was out there. Rex was out there.
Yeah,
was out
everybody
there.
was out there.
Everybody was out there.
Everybody was out there.
And a lot of the guys that weren't scheduled to battle that night, you know, they battle on the fly. That's their that's the culture. So like you look back to you think to yourself all the time, like, wait, so why didn't Mook just jump in? Why didn't Rex just jump in? And I think Mook and Rex and a couple others were smart enough to realize
they
were smart enough to realize, yeah, I got rounds ready, but you came here
tailored rounds for New York cat.
And guess what?
Yeah.
This was still a time when writing your rounds for your opponent was very new still.
Yeah, it was still something that people were getting used to. Like, you know what I mean? Like, still getting accustomed to. Did the World Series of Hip Hop happen before that?
Yeah.
So that happened. So, all right, guys were just getting into writing for each other and stuff. You know
2006, when Mook battled Serious Jones, that was the first battle where these guys handcrafted rounds for each other. You know, and 2000.
No, because Mook had rounds for Mills.
He had a couple bars for Mills.
Oh, you mean like
I'm saying all out storyline angle, pick apart.
Okay, yeah. You mean super modern style?
Yes, because maybe he had a couple bars catered to Mills, and there was a 5-round battle. But I'm pretty sure 4.5 out of the 5 rounds could have went for anybody else.
Right.
You know, and so I'll say that much. But so it's still very early to like write for your opponent the way it was. So they're realizing, okay, I have rounds ready, and these guys came from wherever, hungry as fuck, and they wrote rounds.
Yeah,
these guys probably have some shit in store. Because they realize this is the biggest look they're getting. Well, I'm not going to jump in the middle of this. At least not like this.
Not like that.
Not like that. So Rex
let's sacrifice this fool over here, man.
So they dodged the bullet. And the reason why I bring that up is because I saw an interview with, shouts to Boss Chagrin. She had her show, Rapmatic, and she had Murda Mook on. And they were speaking about the history of Mook and Verb. And Mook was saying how, you know, he helped find Verb. He gave Verb the biggest lick of his career. And Boss Chagrin asked Mook, why didn't you just battle?
Yeah.
And he said, What do I look like battling in the street at this time? I'm already getting paid to battle.
Right.
So you can tell how young battle rap was still. Like, people weren't getting paid.
Exactly.
Et cetera, et cetera. Mook had, after Serious Jones, Mook was going to retire.
Yeah.
He only came back for Young Hot because the bag was so big.
Right.
And, you know, after hearing whatever happened with that situation, now he's kind of like, yo, that's it. I need to get paid for this.
Yeah.
I need to get
Put in
paid.
too much work to not get paid. So he can't be battling Verb for free.
Yeah, so he definitely didn't want to battle Verb for free.
Damn, man. That's crazy. Look how it come around, though. Now these fools is battling each other, man. It's going to be dope, man.
Then I remember in 2010, February 2010, so about a year later, when everybody's in New York, this is for the Howl of Dawn versus Big T event. This was URL's third event. Mook was there, Rex was there, and they're arguing with all the St. Louis guys. They're arguing with Calico, arguing with Hitman, they're arguing with Verb. And then it's kind of interesting. Verb said to Mook, if I get $25K, do I got you? And Mook said, I swear to God, this nigga dead.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Yeah, I remember that, man. I remember that.
And that lets you, also, you got to think back, right? You could have booked Mook for 25 grand at the time.
And Verb and Chicken Chase, they were like, "Yo, we got the brand, Dirty.
They're like,
we got the brand.
we got 15. We'll get somebody to match
We
the
get
other
somebody to
15.
match it. They would have kicked off too, man, if they
Right.
would have been able to do it. But obviously, it didn't go down for whatever reasons.
How much influence do you think the Mook and Cassidy chase affects Mook's decision now with finances and battle rap?
What you mean?
So if you remember, right, when he wanted to battle Cassidy,
Right? Yeah, he
back
wanted
like
the
2000
Cass wanted 20 or whatever, something like that.
Mook had 20.
Cass wanted 50.
I think Cass wanted 100.
100?
I think he wanted 100 because he was saying
That sounds crazy.
he was saying I spent 100 on white tees.
Oh yeah, Mook was
Right,
like,
right.
What real dude couldn't use 20K or whatever, something like that.
Right. So
Yeah,
and this
yeah.
is at a very young state of battle, a very,
my-
very, very young state.
Yo, you know what that inflation would be today? Like if you had a rapper, right?
Like if
That
you
was how-
now,
if you had a
now
rapper
we
today,
now
right?
we can book those quotes back then. Now we can book those quotes.
Right,
from
we
back.
can't. We still can't even book it now because what if that'd be like 300 now, or something like
so
that?
do you think that gap that Cassidy did to Mook kind of is doing to battlers in this day and age?
He has to. He has to. And I'll tell you what, I'm not mad at it at all because there has to be someone who pushes the limits of the bag, right? And continues to push the legitimacy of battle rap, to continue to take it from just where, you're just rapping at your opponent to where you can actually get a real check for real talent. Because what people fail to realize is like when Mook says, I want this amount of money from it, he's got so much riding on the line, right? If he loses, his quote goes down dramatically, right? And also, if he loses, his rate goes down dramatically. And B, Mook has put so much on the line that he has to pause for a second. Let me get my thoughts together. He has to push the bag because someone has to continue to raise the bag. So if he doesn't do it, who's going to do it? And if someone hasn't beaten him yet, then it's like he can still continue to say, nah, bring it here. Because if you do beat me, now everyone else can continue to bring their prices up. Because these dudes weren't getting paid much. You know what I mean? Until after Murda was like, yo, wait a minute. Look at the performance we put on. We need to get that bag. So now Lux got that bag. So if Mook continues to push it, everyone else can continue to push it. Look at football. When Matt Ryan got paid the biggest bag ever, Aaron Rodgers ain't mad. Aaron Rodgers is not getting on Twitter saying, how come Matt Ryan got this bag? Like, well, he do to get the bag. I already got a ring. He don't even got a ring. How come he get a bag bigger than me? No. He sits back and goes, you know what? Thank you for getting that bag because my contract is up in a year or two, and guess what? I'm going to get a bigger one than you. So instead of all of these dudes being mad at him and hating on him, they need to applaud him in hopes that someone can come together, put that together so everyone else can keep eating. Because all he's doing is just making it more and more legit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at him for asking for what he's asking for and keeping people at arm's distance. Someone has to do it. You know what I mean? Otherwise, everyone will be scrambling for the same amount that they're getting, whatever, between 5 to 10 grand, 5 to 10 grand.
I do agree. The Summer Madness too, him, Lux, Iron, they probably really opened the gates for people to start getting big figures.
Floodgate.
I would definitely agree to that. But the thing is, you look at those names I just mentioned, Lux and Iron. Lux and Iron has battled about 5 times since Summer Madness 2 to now.
Right.
So even though their value and their texture and their price has probably still elevated, and it's still something you got to work and budget around. They will cope with you. They will work with you. They will find a way to put it on for their fans. And more importantly, both those guys have given us amazing performances after that.
Hey, listen, I hear you, and I'm with you, but everybody ain't got to do the same thing. You feel me? And that's what makes him special.
But I'm saying that's
what keeps that mystique. You know what I mean?
I'm giving you the devil's advocate from like, I do agree with everything you're saying, but this is the devil's advocate like a lot of people may think of. They're like, you know what? You, Mook, Lux, and Iron, you guys opened the doors for all of us to get big money in battle rap. Great. Congratulations. But Mook, you had 2 big battles, and you didn't look good in either one. Like, you weren't entertaining regardless of your win. And Iron is giving us a great battle with Nitty, B Magic.
So why does he still command?
Loaded Lux is giving us a good battle with Clips and Hollow, and had tons of battles since then. Both of them had tons of battles since then. So they're like, Mook, where's your battles at?
Listen, man, it's as simple as this. If the guys didn't continue to talk about him, if there wasn't some demand out there for this still, then it wouldn't be happening. You know, you see they mention him and everyone's up in an uproar. It's kind of like, you ever notice if you're on Twitter or if you're on YouTube, if you do anything and you put Sue Surf's name in there in the title, you will get more hits on whatever it is that you're doing than if you put some random battle rapper's name in there, right?
Sue Surf averages 1.5 million views per battle.
Right. And I'm just saying this will trickle down to people who just do blogs. Like if you do a blog on Surf, it's going to get more views than a blog on battle rapper X. I don't want to disrespect anyone. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So there's still there's a super command for that. No matter what's going on, love, hate, indifference, anger towards this guy, Mook still commands that energy from everyone. And when these guys go to battle, they're not just writing rhymes. Some guys can write rhymes in a week or whatever and get it done. But he said, when it's time for me to go into battle mode, I shut down everything, meaning that he's not talking to his wife as much.
Ain't no easily offended.
He's not, his kids don't see him as much. He has to focus so much energy into it, and he has to try to pull together rounds that is going to amaze the world because we expect no less than that. And he's like, yo, that takes a good 3 months out of my world. You know what I mean? And I do so many more other things. I own businesses. I do bookings. I'm on the road. I do a podcast. So you guys got to compensate me for what I'm doing. So if the man is working and if he doesn't have to battle and he's not battling for 3, 4, 5 years at a clip, he don't need your bread. So you want him to come back, risk everything that he's put on the line so people can say, I told you he was going to lose anyway. You know what I'm saying? So he has to command that bag, man.
He made very valid points on his speech, like about how finical.
How
finical. I combine both words. See,
finicky
and fickle.
How finical the battle world is.
Yes, that's a hashtag. That
hashtag finical.
So how fickle the battle world is, and you know what? He's definitely right.
Yeah,
we will. One more battle. More battle.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you're pushing yourself to these limits, and people are battling to, like, these extreme three times within 3 months or like DNA's type schedule. And we'll keep saying, hey, yeah, we want to see you. Right. And when it happens, we're just like,
got it.
Yeah,
right. Who cares?
So, like, I feel him on that. Like, battle rap fans are just consistently always.
It's never enough.
It's never enough for
them.
Come
back, please. Come back.
And
they never want to see people like graduate to do bigger and better things.
He said that in this battle with Iron Solomon, where every other week, every time somebody goes on the streak, he gets tweeted every single week. This is somebody you can't beat.
Word of mother. Yo, man, and I felt. You know what was crazy? His bars in that battle were actually really good bars.
That would have been such. This just wasn't. I think that just wasn't built for a stage.
Yeah, when he spat him to Busta Rhymes. Shit was incredible, B.
Yeah, they sounded
way better. I was like,
oh
my, it was crazy. But it was a late night. We just saw.
So that's another.
We just saw a movie.
That's another thing we need to also take into account, right? That I think a lot of people have like we jumped to the gun with Mook and we haven't realized this yet. Mook hasn't battled in a mid to smaller room since his return, really.
Yeah.
Like Summer Madness 2, one of the biggest crowds.
All right.
And those rounds will probably sound much better in a smaller environment.
Exactly.
Total Slaughter didn't even have an entourage around them. They looked like they was battling in the dome.
Yo, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. That joint was fly, yo. I like that joint, man. I like the way it looked.
It was pretty cool. It's just it wasn't what we were used to.
Nah, I like the way it looked, but it was a little crazy. But yo, now that we know for a fact that it is at Club Drum, right?
Yeah.
And we've been in there. It's a comfortable setting, but it's not huge, right?
It could get packed.
But this is how ARP wants it. He doesn't want to have a super big event. Even if it gets packed, there's no bad seat in the building, right?
That's a fact.
It is going to be a very intimate setting with the who's who of the battle world, the athletic world, the entertainment world, right? So Verb has the eyes of the entire world on him that night. In a setting where we might get 250 people max, right? To be somewhat still comfortable in there. And these guys are going to be face-to-face, cheek-to-jaw. We're going to be able to hear every single word that they have to say. It's not going to be this big stage where You gotta super simplify things. We don't have to get a more critical than a dying hippopotamus line. These guys can really go at it. I mean, it's not on the street, but this is the closest you're gonna get to the state building. Think about when Mook and Mills were battling up there. On top of that little podium, about 150 people standing around them. You know what I mean? You get that vibe going on in there. And this has the writings to be a magical battle. Now, let's take it from the winning and the losing. How do you think this battle plays out? Like, what do you foresee in this battle?
Oh, like who do I have to win?
Like, just not even win. Just how do you see it going down? Like, how do you see Mook comes out, Verb comes out? Yo, this is my angle. Is it angry Verb? Is it backing up and spinning? But like, what do you think we're getting? What do you think? How do you see it going down?
I'm gonna go on the record right now. May 8th, 2018. I'm gonna call it right now.
Yeah.
Murda Mook wins the coin toss.
Okay. All right. Y'all can place y'all bets on that one. All our bettors out there.
I think Murda Mook goes first.
Damn. Yo, first of all, right? If Mook wins the coin toss and says I'm going first, automatic room shaker.
No, you have to understand.
Automatic room
Mook,
shaker.
Mook is almost guaranteed. Anybody that has been gone for a long time can almost guarantee themselves their first round.
Oh, yeah.
If they just bring what the people want to hear.
Oh, yeah.
Easily. He can almost make that first round a lock. So if he wins the coin toss like I'm predicting, elects to go first like I'm predicting, we're all just going to be like, wow, he's really that confident. So then he can really raise a high bar for Verb to meet. Okay. And let's just say Verb can have his lyrical acrobats, right? But we're going to have a bar that we need to meet. And knowing Verb, he's going to have a tough time juggling lyrical acrobats and crowd entertainment, performing, and also angling. Because you can't battle Mook without talking to him, kind of. Right. But at the same time, you can't battle Mook without spitting some good punchlines and having the crowd on your side.
Right. And a couple of gumballs. You got to have a couple of gumballs.
So the first round, I'm going to give that to Mook.
All right. What if Verb wins the toss? Does he defer to Mook to go first? Or does he do lyrical acrobats first?
I think Verb, no matter what, Verb will need to go second. Yeah. Verb will need to get the last word.
Okay.
Because
he could gain that momentum back.
Because we've seen already Murda Mook plenty of times in his last round. He takes that moment of his last round to really dissect you, really expose you, and then go on a maybe 8 to 10 bar pattern where he's consistently in your face. Yeah. And the rhymes aren't complex. They're not great they're not really lyrical. Right. But he just keeps compounding it and compounding it and compounding it to the point where it gets you like excited, hyper. You know, like he did with Young Hot. Yeah. Swallow a grenade, fuck a crackhead with AIDS while she on her 5 days. You know, he's gonna do something like that. Oh my God. He did it with Iron in the last round. Yeah. He did it with Lux in the last round. So he finds ways to close that round out. Yeah. One of my favorite battles he did that to was against Party Artie. Mm-hmm. I love when he ended his Party Idol battle with the big no, Nas, no, I'm gonna go punt on you. And then just he shows, hey, I can rap.
You think he's doing that in the first round?
No, that's the last round. Okay. That's the last round.
So So all right. So we're still on your first round.
Okay. Right? No, I already said it. Mook's on the first round. Mook's gonna win the first round.
Demolishes him the first round. Right. Verb has to sacrifice his first round.
He doesn't have to sacrifice. He has to try to win it. But he has to realize that's going to be the hardest round to win.
I'm saying in his mind, he goes, look, I'm gonna write the best I can, but I understand that if there's any round that I'm probably going to lose, it's probably going to be this first one. So this second and this third, I got to make sure I overload it with the hot shit, right?
Well, Verb is known to be good at his second rounds for the most part.
Right. So now, we go to the second round. Mm-hmm. You think Mook plateaus second round, keeps it going up, or you think we get a dip?
Mook is too much of a tactician to make every round different.
What you think we get in the second round? So first round, he comes back, yo, I ain't been here, I'm back. That's what you think we get in the first round?
I think the first round, he's gonna show us, oh, you guys want punchlines? I'll give you punchlines.
Ooh, you think we gonna get punches?
Yeah. In the second round, he's gonna start to build it up with a mixture of both. And I think he's gonna have an interesting, like, maybe scheme, a pattern where you have to really listen.
Yeah.
And he builds it all the way up to like the beginning of the second round. This hits. He's scheming throughout the whole round. And the end of the round concludes to what he brought up in the beginning of the round. So it's like a little masterpiece there.
Oh my goodness.
And the third round's just gonna be all surgical.
Just break Verb down.
Yeah, that's a given.
That's the round.
That's a given.
That's the one.
See, but
that's the Jordan round.
See now, here's the reason. Here's what's interesting though. I think he might open the round trying to like, throw haymakers and get the crowd on his side early, Mook. Mm-hmm. But since he's not normally used to doing that, what if he fails at that?
Yo, listen, man. Whatever he strikes out at, if he does strike out and he strikes out big, it's gonna be ugly. Because you know people are going to be waiting, salivating.
People are going to be quiet.
People are going to be quiet.
They need to hear it.
And then if he swings and misses and he comes back and doesn't have something to grab. I tell you what, people are going to give him a chance. He's going to get a chance.
He won't get booed in that building.
He's not going to get booed. But if he has consistent strikeouts, people are going to start to grow a little impatient. You know what I mean? People
Mook,
gonna start to grow a little impatient.
Although Mook is very arrogant and confident in himself, he needs to realize I need to make adjustments for this.
But he said that on Saturday. He said, hey, you know what? I see what people like. You like this? Copy. You like this? Copy. Oh, you like some of that too? Copy. So as long as he can stay in the mix and then give us that old stuff, man, like he's going to be all right, man.
You don't have Verb winning this, do you?
I cannot, in my logical mind, have Verb winning this battle. I don't think it's not set up for him to win. The cards are stacked against him to win.
There's too many things, right?
There's
like
too many things.
His weakness against Harlem,
right?
His weakness against New York.
Yes.
The fact he's a little past his prime.
Yes.
Like
the betting.
Listen, if Verb, I'm gonna throw it out there now as well. I predict Verb cuts his hair off and gets back to the waves.
He has to. He got to do.
He needs to.
He has to.
He needs to eat a burger. He needs to eat some chicken.
Oh, man, that brother, he does got to pick the aggression up. You know what I mean? He does have to pick the aggression up because I feel like Murda Mook is going to be on him. I think Mook is going to be on him. He's going to be aggressive. He's going to be in his face. And that little stage, bruh, you notice on the side that Verb was standing on, all the battle rappers that were standing on that side, right? The battle rapper from the other side, it's like they walked him down to damn near the edge of the stage. What that does for the optics is bad. If Mook walks Verb down to the end of the stage and chews his ear off in that pattern that you're telling me about, and Verb ain't got no aggression to come back at him, and he's just doing the windmill, it's going to get ugly, bruh. It's going to get ugly. Verb going to have to pep up like he pepped up versus Hollow. You know what I'm saying? When he's barking and clapping and in his grill, like he cannot not come with any aggression, bro. It's gonna be a wrap for him. Early.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Also, I want to point this out. Devil's advocate to credit Verb to actually make an argument for him as well. Although Murda Mook has dissected and cleaned up his opponents, whatever fashion you want to consider entertaining or not.
Yeah.
To be fair, Murda Mook's opponents did not show up.
To Mook's defense, Mook says, hey, maybe I disabled their powers.
I just make them look whack.
I mean, what can we say, right?
I mean,
it's not like these guys are saying, hey, I'm going to battle Mook today, and I'm going to be the wackest I can be.
I mean, look.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? This is actually Mook's first, other than Young Hot, this is probably one of Mook's first times being the favorite, really. He was definitely the underdog against Iron. Everybody was more popular for Iron.
Crazy, right?
Underdog for Lux.
Oh, yeah, 1 and 2.
Both times.
Yeah.
You're right. And it's interesting because, like, Lux had just come off the Calico battle. All-time historic great battle. Thank you. That made Summer Madness, too, right? Then he battles Hollow. An all-time great battle in the books.
2 for 2.
2 for 2.
2 for 2.
And
that's, to me, the Hollow battle was better than the Calico battle.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Dude.
For sure.
That Lux was amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I can't watch it without like going back and forth on it all the time.
Anywho, so we got a
But-
Lux that's on a
so-
super hot streak.
So you get Lux giving you 2 for 2 on all-time great battles, and he's battling Mook, and he doesn't like really spit anything quality or you remember like really
Right.
good. Like his first round was good, but his second and third was just, what am I listening to here? You know.
Mm-hmm.
So Mook hasn't necessarily had somebody to strike back at him. And it's less Young Hot. It wasn't even a battle rapper.
Yeah, he just did it, man.
He just did it to get paid. He said, "I'll get killed. I'll get paid to get killed.
I'll sacrifice myself. Who cares?
I might not have a career after this, but
Yeah, man. Where has he been? I don't know, man. But yeah, you're right. So, and what does Verb says, man? Murda, Mook, and Verb. That's what the fuss is about. You say their name. You say that bread. I come put blood in their mouth. Verb has to put blood in Mook's mouth.
That is interesting because there's so many spectrums from both sides, right? Where like, you know, this is a better advantage to Mook, but all Verb has to do is win a round clearly,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the first time we've seen somebody get a round off Mook in a while.
Yo, oh my God, this
So-
is the first time where you're just like, if a dude wins a round, it will be considered remarkable,
That's crazy.
right? That's crazy.
That's
man.
crazy to think.
That's super crazy. So we both pretty much got Mook winning this battle.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, is it 3-0 or 2-1?
I'm just amazed at how split the decision is online. How many people have kind of Verb winning?
I mean, do you think that's just because they're so? And this is also two guys who are not the most beloved. And I mean, these are two respected MCs. People love them, but people love to antagonize these guys. You feel me?
Yeah.
People love to root against them. You know, so now you got two of these bad guys.
That's another good
Right?
optic too.
You got two bad guys going up against each other.
Right.
That's crazy, man.
Because obviously Mook battling Surf would have been really hard.
Right? Because Surf is like he's just the
Look,
darling.
Surf's a fan favorite. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And he's coming home, so he has material.
Do you think Surf is being a crybaby right now?
I can see the frustration, but it is what it is, kind of, you know.
But I mean, you know, he says he's a URL baby. He's not going anywhere. If Mook decides to take his show on the road, should Surf be verbalizing his displeasure with this?
Man, honestly, like, fuck the politics, bro.
Uh-huh.
Like, for me, like,
Just do the battle?
battle rap's battle rap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, we all know URL's the biggest league, but
Mhm.
King of the Dots put on some all-time battles. RB has some amazing battles. A lot of the smaller leagues has some amazing battles. Bullpen has some fire battles.
Yeah.
So, like, we as battle rap fans, like, it is what it is. Like, we love the culture. We love the lyricism. We're going to take it anywhere we can. And for these all-time Pantheon battlers,
Mm-hmm.
Mook, Iron,
Yeah.
Lux, we'll accept them anywhere you're going to put them for us. You
Right.
know? That's why, like, UW got Lux twice. We were happy to see him both times.
Right.
Iron didn't come back till Smack till this December just passed. So he had almost 5 years away from URL, and we were happy to see him all the times on King of the Dot.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I understand Surf's loyalty to URL, and that's where the match should definitely be, Surf and Mook on that platform. But you just can't knock it, you know?
Yeah.
It
Do you
is-
think he should be You think he should be throwing that shade out there though? Like because he
mean,
decided to go and take
Of course, because it is what it is. The consensus and the fan base, we all prefer Mook and Surf.
Mm-hmm.
I do as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you do as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody wants Mook and Surf. Logically, when Verb and Mook kind of break it down, I can see why they'll pick that battle over that one.
Yeah.
But it's just at the end of the day, that's what we all wanted, you know. And kind of like boxing, right? When you have two fighters, you're ready to build a mega fight,
Uh-huh.
and you take too long, it loses its steam, has
Right,
potential to
right.
not live up to the expectations. People go past their prime, and the Surf is in a special class of battlers.
Right.
And I'll tell you, this class is a very small class.
Talk to me.
It's a class of people that average
Uh-huh.
1 million views.
Uh-huh.
Like, so once you book them, they're giving you 1 million views per battle.
Who else is in that class, my brother?
There's only 10 people in this class.
Ooh, you know any off top?
I know them all.
All right. Not in order. 10.
I think I could give it. I think
Let's
I could
go
give
from 10 to 1.
All right, so
10,
number 10, fucking no order. Conceited,
9,
Surf,
8,
Hitman,
7,
Tay-Rock,
6,
Arsenal,
5,
Murda Mook,
4,
Loaded Lux,
3,
Calico.
2,
And the other two are overseas battlers, Shoddy Horror,
and 1.
Enigma from the Philippines. So those 10 guys out of the thousands of battlers there are in the world are the only 10
Damn.
that can average 1 million views per battle.
Mm-hmm.
But Mook, unfortunately, I mean not Mook, Surf is number 10 as far as volume of battles.
Right.
He has the least amount of battles out of all those guys.
Now, speaking of Tsunami Surf,
Mm-hmm.
today I'm on the Twitters
Mm-hmm.
and I'm looking, and one of these other legends that we've been talking about today, Iron Solomon said, "Yo, Surf, what's good? I'll take you on this Mook card if you want it."
I'll give you the quote.
Oh, you got the quote. This guy's a walking
Iron Solomon.
encyclopedia over here.
Iron
man.
Solomon tweets to Surf, and quote, "Yo, Sue Surf, if you're so sad emoji plus angry emoji about Murda Mook taking A-Verb on RBE, I'll do you the favor of catching this fade for me the same day. I got 5-0'd by the man. When I 30 you, you can live viciously."
Dropped the bomb on him. And now, Surf sounds like he'd be down for this.
He's entertaining it.
He's entertaining this.
Right.
Yo,
I think Hitman might be on this card, the Verb and Mook card.
this is worth the price of admission
At this point,
already.
I'm just waiting for the rest of the card.
Now, check this out, right?
Right.
Let's say, hypothetically, Surf takes Solomon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Battles go, Mook beats Verb, Surf beats Solomon in a great RBE showing, right?
Oh, we're going very hypothetical.
I mean, where else is this going to be on RBE, right?
No, but I'm saying, like, we don't even know if Surf and Iron.
Right, we don't know. I'm just saying, right?
Right.
It's all speculation. We don't know the card. Hey, listen, let's make our own little fantasy thing, right? If he's up to entertaining it and he's up to doing it, right? Verb wins. Not Verb. I'm sorry. Mook wins.
Mm-hmm.
Surf has a great performance on that stage. And you know ARP treats everyone like family. So let's just say they make Surf feel very comfortable, right? And the crowd loves him. And yo, my brother, Avocado and ARP have been talking to one another.
Yeah, Avocado needs to record this.
So you get the Avocado lens, right? Popping off. Mook looks great on that RBE stage. Can we potentially see Mook and Surf on RBE if that goes well? Like, see, so this is one good thing.
I don't
you don't think so?
Not at all.
Not at all?
Not at all.
What if he got the bag? These guys are only loyal to the bag, man. Don't let all this talk fool you. Don't let all this "I'm a URL baby" talk fool you.
I don't think so, man.
What?
It is what
ARP,
it is.
if ARP comes with a big enough bag, you will see Tsunami Surf on RBE. Mark my words.
Nobody would be happy about it. I'll tell you
These guys are loyal to the bag.
that.
The bag,
Well,
the bag,
Surf was-
the bag.
Surf was contacted by RB.
And what did he say? The bill was too much. What my man said, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase said, everybody has a price, all right? Even Tsunami Surf. But let's not go that far. But if he does entertain Iron Solomon and does take that battle on RBE, think that's a fire battle?
I like it.
You like it?
I like it.
It would be a challenging battle. I'd be interested to see what angle Surf would be able to take. That
would probably be Surf's hardest battle.
And if he could rock it, that would show that he can take on. That would be a nice notch on his belt.
Yeah, because
That would be a very nice notch on his belt.
There's a lot of like names floating around that people might speculate Rum Nitty being his opponent for Gnome. And I want to see Rum and Surf, just not on the big stage.
Put it on a small room.
I want to
put it
see
in a volume
on a
somewhere.
volume. That's an amazing.
I mean, that
match.
battle on
No.
a stage in Houston, I don't know how well that goes over, man. But, whatever. I've seen names put together that I didn't think would be the craziest, and they come out to be the craziest battles. So I don't know any better. You know what I'm saying? It's either going to hit or it's not going to hit.
Right.
But that would be a great battle because if you think of Verb, Verb has taken on damn near every kind of battler you can think about.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
Every kind of white guys, like corny guys, the most street guys.
Verb has battled all kinds of styles.
And all the greats have, like, you know, they've gone through that. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much in all the modern guys anyway. Surf has only battled pretty much the same kind of guys over and over and over again.
Surface battle majority of the guys is in like that class that I mentioned.
Right.
Earlier.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like to see him step out of his comfort zone and be able to give us a really great performance against the Iron Solomon. And we know what Solomon's been coming with lately, you know, from the B Magic battle to the Rum Nitty battle. He ain't been slacking out here. I think it would be a fire battle. And I think Solomon would have angles that he could definitely go to work on.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The challenge.
I like Solomon the most in the smallest environment possible. Like you get to really see his pen. He has a really elite pen.
That would be fire, man.
Honestly,
that would be fire.
And him having to perform in crowd control and maintain bigger stages kind of takes away from his writing abilities.
Yeah.
He's such a great writer. Like if we see a couple more performances like he did against Rum Nitty, you can easily start to put Iron in the conversation of, does he have the best pen? You can easily put him in that convo with more
Pen
performances.
game crazy.
Right. You could.
Yo, and did you see that T-Top and Pat Stay were talking?
Oh, but yeah, I love that match. I love that match. And I've been asking for this match since Summer Madness 6.
Yo, that would be
T-Top actually called out Pat Stay in Summer Madness 6 after he battled Av. He said, "Who do you want next?" He said, I want Pat Stay.
And everyone, I thought it was super random at the time.
Nah,
too.
it's an amazing match. It's an amazing match.
Especially after seeing what Pat did at Pearly Gates 2. Yo, and seeing what T-Top's been doing of late and seeing how he got the angles down and everything else down, the little... This would be one of the most entertaining battles that would be fire, man. If we can get Mook and Verb, Surf and Solomon, Pat Stay, T-Top, a Hitman battle in the mix.
Apparently, ARPC spoke with Young Ill. I would very, very much like to see Young Ill return. Why you side, man? Why you side, man? You acting like you wouldn't want to see Young Ill return? What if you have Verb and Hitman on the card? You don't want to see Young Ill right there too?
Yo, I don't mind seeing him, but let him cheer on Hitman and Verb. Let him go to some other league.
Disrespect.
Nah, man. Salute to him and everything that he's done. But this is too big of a card to be playing games and gambling. You feel me? Like, we need to get legendary performances all night long. This is ARP's Summer Madness 2. And I don't mean he's copying that. I mean, this is his opportunity to make his stain in this game that you could never, ever, ever erase. He ain't got no time to be playing with no Young Ill. No disrespect to the brother. Let Ill come out, get somebody else. Or if Ill comes out and says, yo, let me prove something to y'all. Yo, let me get one of these cats in a quick one-rounder or a quick battle.
What about a Young Ill and a Loso?
No.
That's a great match.
Get out of here, man. I don't want to see that, man.
That's a great match.
Get out.
Wait, you saying you don't want to see that match, period, or on that card?
I don't want to see that match.
What?
I'm not interested in that. Next.
So you don't like Young Ill. That's what it is.
No. I like Young Ill.
You don't like Loso.
I like Loso.
The styles match up.
I don't like Young Ill and Loso together.
It's a style matchup.
I don't want to see that. You put the names together, my brain automatically computed and said rejected.
I want to hear why no.
It just doesn't spark my interest. I don't want to see Young Ill rapping about religion and God and get this together. And you, my brother, you've been on crack. You need to get your life together. Come back to Jesus and get your life off crack.
Well,
I don't want to hear that.
Well,
not on this card.
That's what it is. You don't want to see it on this card. That's what it is.
Not on this card.
Okay, so that's...
I don't mind seeing the battle. I like both of them, not on this card.
But I noticed something, right? You're constructing a card, and you're picking out a bunch of names of people that haven't been booked on RBE prior. And I'm thinking of people that have been loyal to RBE getting looks. Verb was on RBE's first or second card?
No, I feel you.
So that's why I'm picking names that people. That's why I'm picking names that kind of.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
So names kind of match the theme, and names also stay loyal to people who have already helped or really contributed to the platform. Young Ill and Loso, let me tell you about that. Why it's such a good match.
Talk to me. Convince me. Talk to me.
One, Young Ill was one of Loso's inspiration into battle rap.
Okay.
As far as Cortez, Young Ill, and I think I forgot the third name, but whatever. He's one of the guys that he looks up to.
Mm-hmm.
See how Twerk looked up to JC, and see how that battle came out. Loso is looking up to Young Ill the same way.
All right. Okay.
That's one.
Okay.
Two, if you get Hitman and Verb and find a way to make this a Midwest thing. Because apparently from Verb, he said on Twitter, a lot of the Midwest guys are already buying tickets. He said this shit's gonna be packed out with Midwest guys. If you have the full Midwest, if you have the full Midwest stars there, that's definitely a good look. So everybody will be excited. People love Young Ill. They're disappointed in the way his career has gone, but he's been absent. So when he comes back, and if you hear his name alongside Hitman and Verb, you're gonna know that all three of these guys are plotting something. All three of these guys are together. They're coming in as a movement again. So Young Ill and Loso already have their own little chemistry as far as influence. Then you have the theme of St. Louis. And Loso is somebody who's been loyal to the RB platform, already been there 3 times, and they make good business, ARP and Loso.
You're selling me more.
And you know what? Wait. Last point.
Okay.
It doesn't break the bank.
You know, I had a joke set up for that, but I'm like, I'm just gonna leave that one alone.
There's no disrespect to them.
No, I'm gonna leave it alone.
Right.
You know, we're not trying to do all that.
Right.
It doesn't. But like I said, man, I just don't know if I could trust Ill.
That's fair.
You know, and like,
how can you trust Verb?
Because he's been out here, and I seen him against Twerk, and I really like what he did against Twerk, and I feel like for this battle, he's gonna come with it. You know what I mean? Like, we've been watching battle rap long enough. We understand this guy's done like damn near 60 battles. We understand that, hey, you know, it's not like basketball where if you a top guy, you're getting paid $20 million, $18 million. So even if I'm playing the worst team in the league, I'm going to go out there and do what I need to do. This is battle rap where you got to bust your brain for a few racks against a guy that's not going to do anything for you. You might take some nights off. You feel me? Like, I'm sure if they were paying Verb $100,000 per battle, we would get the best Verb every battle. You feel me?
Cortez mentioned that because he said he feels like us as battlers, not me, saying like them as battle rappers, like they never get a chance to fully exert their highest potential.
Right.
It's funny you mentioned basketball. Like in basketball, you know as well as I do, sometimes role players are best in certain situations. Right. So like they can be in one team and be trash.
Yeah.
And go to another team and be very resourceful.
Yeah.
So like the situation and environment affects a lot of your performance and your ceiling of the potential you could bring. So battle rappers having, you know, real life issues.
Yeah.
Balancing music.
And the money's not enough for them to focus solely on battle rap.
Balancing the tours. If they're in the streets, if they have family.
Yeah.
Whole bunch of stuff. Right. So they're battling majority of the time, like a lot of times of the
year.
year.
So much going on.
So then they oversaturate themselves, and that's something like a lot of these guys. This is a cycle a lot of these guys can't fall out of.
Exactly.
You know, and there's only a very few that can sell themselves so much and still be as consistent or as good as they can.
And that's my thing with Young Ill. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
So with Verb battling Mook, somebody whose brain is rested for years and years to come. Mook is in a certain class of like people that barely battle, like Lux.
Yeah.
Hollow battles once or twice a year, max.
Right.
You know, Surf for a while was battling very. Surf in
he started picking up after a while.
Yeah. Surf,
like, I need that bag.
Surf in his early prime was very conservative. So Verb beating Mook, he can become conservative.
Yeah.
And then give you one or two battles
and we can just see supreme Verb. You know what I mean? And that's the problem. That's why we don't get to see these guys at their maximum. I'm sure if you told these guys, hey, look, man, I got XYZ Battle League. I'm signing you to $130,000 12-month deal. You don't need to work. Just battle for me 3 times a year, 4 times a year. Give me the best you. I'm sure all of these guys with these magical pens that we've loved over the years could pull together their A material and go about their business. But when you got guys, like you said, running the streets, baby mama drama, balancing music, trying to pay rent, And we haven't even seen Young Ill around the music scene. Like, it's not like he's dropping freestyles.
Right,
it's not like he's at the battles. It's not like you see him mixing in the culture. It's not like he's just in the crowd.
Listen,
just him to come back is a little scary for me on a card of this magnitude.
I can
you feel me?
No. I 100% can feel your skepticism.
So skepticism, as Mike Tyson would say.
Right. I can feel why you'll be a little skeptical about it. But I'm just saying.
If all is well,
ARP does have Hitman on this card, because apparently Hitman and Verb are hinting at it, right?
Who do you think Hitman's gonna get?
Let me brainstorm that in a second.
All right, I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah,
for
let me brainstorm that. And then if Hitman and Verb are on this card as they're hinting, and ARP says Loso, you want in?
Yeah,
Loso's gonna say, get me Young Ill.
All right, and if Young Ill is gonna come 100%. You've talked me into it. I see the whole.
You see the vision.
I
see the vision at least. Okay.
I see the vision, and I can see the card. All these fools in like red St. Louis Cardinals gear, and all the other guys on the other side, and then you got the Midwest guys, and you're gonna have the country rap tune lovers over here, and all the New York fitteds over here.
Right.
I can see the scene already. It's almost like that infamous Lions Den night all over again, but with a mix of different cats.
Right.
I can sit and in a small room setting, my dude, where these dudes could get their rounds off.
Right.
What? It's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy, my brother. But yo, who do you think Hitman might get? Who's he been talking about?
The biggest names I've heard with Hitman is like maybe Briz, not Acation, Tay Rock. Those are the two names I've kind of like been hearing.
Yo, there's no way we get
a
Tay Rock and a Surf on an RBE card at the same time.
No.
That's never going to happen.
But
they might as well.
Who could I see Hitman battle on RBE? That's a really.
Who could you see Hitman battle?
The problem as a whole, like, who can I see Hitman battling, period? Because there's not many more names for him left to begin with.
Right. Who does he want to dance with? I mean, the only one that we know for sure is Rock.
Yeah, that needs to happen.
Right. I mean, if T-Top is on that card, could you see Briz and Hitman on that card? Or you think we just not gonna get two URL mainstayers?
This is all fantasy, by the way.
I
want to throw it out the way early. This is all fantasy.
All fantasy with a hint of reality. Right. With a hint of what could
like this is
happen.
fantasy, but it was
draped in a little bit of reality.
Yeah, because we seen little things going here and there. But damn, I really can't think of an opponent for Hitman.
Damn,
off rip.
That's crazy. We're gonna have to get back to that, man.
Facts.
We're gonna have to get back to that, man. What else did we want to chat? Yo, I can't believe RBE is really making waves, my dude.
Proud.
This is 2 shows in a row, back to back, where we focused on.
Can I just say this is a good bounce back from Lift His Soul 4?
Yo, let's give them a round of applause. RBE, ARP, shout out to Lawrence. This was a great bounce back from an unfortunate night that you guys had, man. Salute to you guys for putting on.
That night was good.
Wonderful. It was a great night, man.
It was.
And we got out nice and early. Battles were nice and crispy. You know what I mean? That is a great bounce back, man. And this is only going to get better and better, man. Better and better, my brother.
Facts.
Word up, man. Yo.
Oh, one last speculation.
Talk to me.
One last speculation for the card. I could be wrong here. I could be 100% wrong, but what if Adi Boom gets out in time?
Yo, I forgot I wanted to bring that up, too.
I don't think he will.
He's in a halfway house.
But the card's in 3 months.
He's in a halfway house. And ARP said that he's getting moved to another. He is trying to get moved to another halfway house that is closer to his family and everything else. And ARP had that smile on his face.
That was really dope. Shout out to 15 Minutes of Fame for that.
And he could not hold it back. You know, if I had to infer and read through the lines of what that smile meant, I think we might get the surprise return of Adi Boom on a Murda Mook card.
That would be amazing.
I think Boom is gonna, it's gonna be like, it would be crazy for him to just pop out and just like go to work, man. Because that kid was really on a hot streak
Yo,
before he went in.
Yes,
man.
his class, he was the best one of his class.
Yo.
Because he was the only one that was blogging, had so much personality.
Yeah.
He battled the names, but he looked good against the names and
Yeah.
put on good battles. And they also battled people in his class and put on good battles with them too.
And even if he was still, making his bones and trying to figure out his style,
Right.
you could see like, yo, this kid's got something, and his work ethic was crazy. Now, I was critical of him when he first came out because he was still young, and I was like, I still saw through the style, I still saw the mistakes. But my dude, from like the goods battle on, and when he just kept going, like he was really in a good groove, in a good bag, man.
Yeah, I love that battle.
And it's like, if he comes back, this would be a great look for him, man. To just get back out there in the mix of things. I think the crowd would eat it up. I think it would be a great look for him. He could start getting them bags too, you know what I'm saying? And he's been a loyal dude, man. And he's somebody who deserves it. He's somebody who was nice. So, see, unlike the ill situation, like I feel like, he realizes like, yo, there's a second chance here. If I come out, shit'll be crazy. It'll be lit for me. I think he'd do work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whereas with ill, and I don't know what he's been up to, but if he's focused, like we would like to think,
right,
and if it's versus Loso and Loso only, I think it would be super fire. But if Adi Boom is on this card, forget about it, man. It would be crazy, my dude.
That would be
crazy.
That would be really
man.
crazy.
Oh my God, yo, my head is spinning just thinking about what kind of card this could be, man.
Facts.
Like I'm getting the closer day by day, I'm getting more and more excited.
Yeah,
the
like,
more I
at this-
see
at
this
this
shit
point,
talking,
yeah. At this point, I'm just getting more and more excited.
You know what I
for the
mean?
announcement of this. And you know what? We have tons of cards that's been out, and
Yeah.
we don't know who's on it yet. So that's just thrilling as a like not just RBE,
right?
but like we don't know who's on.
We don't know who's on
Gnome
8.
8. We don't know who's on Initiation still.
What? That's
Volume
crazy.
3's been announced. We don't
know, man.
We still don't even know the match was for Mass. Well, we don't know one of them.
Well. Yeah.
We're not gonna leak that.
Let's not get into that.
But there's so many matchups still that like we're waiting to announce. Battle rap's in a good state, man.
Battle rap is in a great state right now.
Honestly,
man.
you're a fan. Fuck the politics. Battle rap's in a good state right now.
Yo, man, support all leagues, man. Support good battles. Support battle rap, man.
Yeah, man. There's too many artists just to wait for one specific platform. Not doesn't have to be like if you're a king of the dot artist or URL or whatever it is.
Yeah.
There's too many platforms and battlers just for you to sit back and say, "Oh, I'm gonna wait to get on this card. Wait to get on this card."
And one more thing, man. I would just say that when you support leagues and platforms that you don't normally check out, it makes you a better fan. You know what I mean? Like if you're only tuned to hearing one thing, you never really open up your mind to like other deliveries, other cadences or just other subject matters and stuff like that. And I think it's just cool to just bounce around. You can like what you like, don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? But every once in a while, don't just shit on a whole other league and never check out their work.
Listen, as a whole too, like as a battler, like this, I could credit to Verb for this as well. You gonna want to be a battler that like you can go anywhere. You want to be mobile. You want to be able to say, hey, I went to this state, I went to this country, I got booked by this league, I got fan bases, I got a fan base over here, I got a fan base over there.
Yeah, and not only that, it's like, hey, look, there's very few guys who are gonna be able to stay loyal to one league and get the money they want, and that's cool. But when everything is all said and done, if you could make the bread and see the world and gain some memories, like, why not? And not only that, when you ain't hot no more, that league ain't going to be rocking with you like that. You're not going to be getting booked like that.
Right.
No matter what league it is. I don't care who you are. It ain't going to happen. So if you get a chance to, now be tasteful with it, you know what I'm saying? Don't go crazy and, like, overexert yourself and wear down your value, but see the world, man. Have some fun. Put your toes in the sand. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Get off the block, man. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Man, but yo, France, this weekend, my brother, I know we got 5 minutes left, but this weekend.
Yeah, shout outs to
what's
Born
coming
Legacy,
up.
Born Legacy Supreme too. They just dropped the little trailer for like Jerry West and X Factor. That shit got me more excited for that match. They sold the match.
Yo, Jerry West is gonna kill that boy.
Yeah,
man.
Jerry West is selling the shit out this match.
He's selling this match.
I expect a little more promo from DNA and Red.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man.
Oh, like, DNA held his end of the bargain.
But I don't know. That's a whole other subject matter, man.
Right?
These guys need to get out here and promo, man. Like, we need to see some more.
Some guys on the card are doing, like, Ryder's promoting.
Yeah, yo, man. Yo, That boy is slinging mud at Cortez right now, man.
Ryder's promoted.
It's his shot. This is his opportunity, B.
Yeah.
This is his shot to really come up on somebody
Facts.
right now. And, man, he's going to have a problem Saturday night. Yo, I'm excited about this, man.
Speaking of promotion, I definitely need Verb and Mook's promo to be A1.
Oh, yeah, it better be. It's going to be. It's going to be.
I think it's in the contract.
It's gonna, yeah.
Like, you will promote this battle.
We going to see Twitter all the time. We going to see all kinds of.
Well, you know what? Verb's done his part.
Yeah.
But I think Mook has like the LeBron.
It's going to come out.
Mook has like the LeBron thing where he goes zero dark. And like.
Oh, he's going to get off social media and all that?
Get off social media. That would suck.
No. He's got a promo, man. I think we're going to get a nice little, 30-minute mini documentary. You know what I'm saying? I think we're going to get to see some insight.
You're right. We might just
better.
get a mini. There's
They
been mini.
better.
Him and I had a mini doc.
They better.
Him and Lux had a little.
Him and Lux had a mini doc. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And there's a lot to talk about with them
there's
too.
a lot, man. And you can go to St. Louis. You can get Verb. Like, I think there's a lot that
Before
can be done
we
with
check
this,
out, because we're just about up with time. Definitely
Yes,
want
sir.
to. I
man.
wish
3 more minutes.
I wish we touched on this just a little bit more earlier
Which
in the
one?
show, but like, man, we got to give St. Louis its historical value for battle rap. Like,
We will, man. We will.
Yeah,
That
man.
can be
Like,
its own show.
for sure.
It's all good.
Yeah, man.
We got time,
No,
brother.
no, because like they were one of the first guys outside of the East Coast that was battling at such an elite level. Like, we didn't know at the moment, because of the way internet was set up and battle rap wasn't as big as it was. We didn't know that other people across the globe
That's right, because when New York,
banging like this.
yeah, because when Smack got not shut down, but when he chilled out, we had YouTube in Philly, and then Lions Den came back, and then the St. Louis guys came.
Yeah,
in,
but the
you
thing
know
is,
what I mean?
but the thing about Lions Den, it was just the same guys from New York.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm
yeah.
saying after the Lions Den kind of helped re-spark New York, then we had St. Louis and the Midwest Cats coming into the fold and really helping give it a whole other boost. You know what I'm saying?
That's a foretold angle for sure for
Yeah,
the battle.
yeah,
Harlem,
for sure, man.
Harlem helping find St. Louis.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
That's a whole other episode. My man, Big France. Man, we've been talking battle rap all day. I could go a whole other hour and a half, but we ain't got no more time, my brother. I need you to take us home, my dude.
Yo, man, listeners, you can follow the show, iTunes, Spotify, Let's Talk Battle Rap. Follow me on Twitter at We Talk Battle Rap. You can follow Program V at Program V. You just made an Instagram.
Yo, I just made an Instagram for all of you guys who want to see the behind the scenes to the shows, who want to see pictures from the events, who want to see some sneak peeks. Follow me, Instagram at Program V. Follow me, Twitter at Program V. And follow us at We Talk Battle Rap on Twitter. Holla at us, We Talk Battle Rap at Gmail. Let us know what you want us to talk about, all right? Those listeners in London, we know we got listeners over in the UK, right?
That's pretty fun.
Shout us out on Twitter, man. Let us know who you are. Don't just be listening in the dark, man. We're friendly. Holla at your boys, man. Wherever you are, shout us out on Twitter.
We might
Let
just
us
get
know
you
that
on-
you're listening.
We might just get you on the show.
Yeah, we get you on the show, bloke. You know what I'm saying, mate? Word
Right.
up, man.
All right, man.
France, man, another great show, my brother.
You already, bro.
Till next time, man. Peace.